I will talk now about the role of nuclear energy in the whole nuclear issue that we have here. Is it a problem? Is it a part of solution? The basis of European energy policy is to deliver a more security of energy supply. It's dependent too much on imported fossil fuels. But in the last 20 years, also other issues have come out as very important issues of European energy policy. If you look at those 5 goals on the screen, nuclear energy actually works well with 4 of them. The problem is the second one, about the jobs. Europe is being deindustrialized. Industrial jobs are moving to Eastern Asia or have already moved there. But Europe still needs jobs, and energy and environment looks like a very good sectors, which are captive sectors. They cannot move away from Europe in order to open high-quality jobs that we need in Europe. And renewables are actually satisfying all these 5 issues. So we have a kind of competition between nuclear energy and renewables. And if you see the next slide, renewables are winning in the last 10 years. Most of the new capacity added to the European energy system are renewable, wind and solar. Gas is also very strong, but nuclear and coal is actually losing installed capacity. Nuclear in energy system is covering the base load because it's not flexible technology. You cannot actually turn it on and off when you want, so you are using it in the base load. Wind is, on the other hand, the cheapest renewable resource, but it has a problem. It's intermittent. So what happens when wind is blowing in the night, when we don't have so much energy demand? You see on this graph is that we in the night often have excess of electricity. That's why in last 5 years often the price of electricity during night is 0 or negative. That means that we have to shut down thermal power plants in the night, which is technically feasible, but for nuclear power plants this is not exactly what is feasible. If we look at what will happen in 2030 in Great Britain, for example, according to the government plans, they will build quite a lot of wind power plants there. And in certain periods of time, like these nights here, this wind will actually be so strong. This is a model based on the government plans, on the demand that is scaled to 2030 and on the meteorological situation of today, is that nuclear energy will actually be excess during certain periods of time. It will be squeezed out by renewables. If we look at 3 different countries, the plans for 2030 look more or less like this. So nuclear energy is losing its position as a base load. It's, on the other hand, it is not prepared as a technology as it is to actually function on a free market place. So what we need is a completely reformed, restructured power system. And in order to do that, we can do several things. We can improve demand-side management. Buildings can become energy storages. We can electrify transport. We can build storage. That is another option. But we have to change completely the way the energy systems are functioning if we want to save and keep nuclear energy in our power systems. For example, this is a picture of pumped hydro storage that could be used, or it's already used for storing the excess of electricity in the night and using it then during the day. If we look at storage technologies, there are many. The cheapest one is heat storage, so we can convert excess of electricity during the night into heat. This is already being done in Denmark on a large scale. We can also pump water to the hill and then produce electricity back. Or we can use batteries in order to store electricity. Currently, batteries are not financially viable in order to be invested in them as storage technology. But if we envisage a world in which most of the personal transportation is put on electricity, then we can actually increase significantly the demand during the night. So there is a possible place for nuclear energy in future energy systems, but unfortunately I think that people from nuclear energy think in the same way as they did in 20th century, and now it's 21st century. So the things have changed significantly in the last 10 years, and for nuclear power industry to be better to actually help pushing these new technologies of storage, because they are crucial for survival of nuclear industry. There is also another significant issue, and probably the most important reason why I think we should think about keeping nuclear energy. And that is the question we heard a lot about today. It's the fissile material. Nuclear energy is a way how to pay for it. But it might also be increasing the problem, because we will have nuclear energy spreading to many more countries that will build nuclear power plants.